Yeah, looks like we are finally live here. Might be getting cold into the second. Hang with us. We've had a bunch of server changes. The players dealing with a bunch of lag and whatnot. So we're going to cast this radio style for just a second. Cold is definitely on his way. Looks like we are good to go. So we have Medigun on both sides. That answers our question about that. Max starting things off with a big headshot as well. Takes out FaZe as well.
Wow.
So winning that war, while Grape also picks up some kills.
My goodness, 4 players down already on the side of Electric Temptations, and that's not the start they were looking for. This first cap might go down for the Gentlemen's Club, although it's not going to be without pressure. There you go, first cap goes to the team in red, Gentlemen's Club.
They got good positioning here. Their engineer, Valen, has dropped his mini-sentry by the ledge in front of the shack. They're controlling that. They backed up a little bit. They were pretty forward, trying to get that dispenser up, and Red's engineer now just kind of continuing to jockey around. Blue's starting to push out a little bit, but they're hanging back. Akuma, big stab on 38 special.
Wow.
And that'll help keep Blue team kind of locked back here for a little bit.
Feels like these teams are feeling each other out a little bit as we see another big shot. That was Akuma taking down FaZe with an ambassador kill. But it seems like these teams really tentative starting out. They're both holding their Uber right now, and Gentlemen's Club kind of backed into this corner a little bit. I don't know if that's where Kozin wants to be, sort of with nowhere to go, and very susceptible to spam over that roof, too. Here comes the heavy to break it up.
They have the Uber charge, so if there's too much spam, they can just pop it. They do pop it right now. Electric Temptations are going to have to kind of stay in here, keep some presence, get some frags, but Max onto a 5-kill spree. He's got his 5th headshot. Enigma coming in, clearing things off a bit. But now a couple frags going Blue's way. I don't know if it's quite enough, though, to get this retake yet.
Well, one thing worth noting is that 404 is down on the side of Electric Temptations, and so that's going to mean at least a 35% Uber advantage for Kozin if he can stay up. And they are just kind of, not so much a forward hold, but holding a little closer to point now. Maybe not going to cycle, just going to stay on this left side here. So it's up now to Electric Temptations to sort of build and just kind of get a little push together.
Yeah, Blue Scout Decimate tries to come out here, tries to get on the point and just finish that capture. He gets pushed back, but he didn't go down, which is important. Anytime you're trying to make a play like that as a scout, get on the cart, whatever. If you can do that and not go down, then you're set. But don't throw your life away. Big jump across by Ricky. He was trying to close down some people and get a kill. It did not happen. Kozin does have an Uber charge ready to go. Blue is back on the point. Players getting scared back a little bit, though. And damage coming in from Ruin is getting many kills.
Wow!
Max now up to 8.
3 left up for Electric Temptations, and they have not capped the point yet in this round, eXtine. And so definitely pretty dominant start here for the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, I mean, Electric Temptations, they have a bit more of a background together in terms of the same players, maybe more of a teamwork team. Gentlemen's Club, definitely a lot of high-level players that are very well known for their deathmatch, and it's kind of showing right now.
Yeah, remember, eXtine, and we talked about it before the match, that Gentlemen's Club was actually beaten recently by this Electric Temptations team as this spy tries to come in on Kozin there. So certainly, this is a pretty even matchup, and Electric Temptations can do this, but it might not be this round.
I think it's definitely not this round. Overtime is out, and Uber charge on the point just to make sure nobody can get any time on it. And that is going to be a blank, a big 0 for Electric Temptations. They might have been tempting, but Gentlemen's Club didn't take them up on it.
Perfect round, and so certainly a fantastic start for them. Both teams are going to still run Medigun, and I think that Electric Temptations want to nip this one in the bud quick as they can. It can be really easy to get on a roll and get momentum on this map, and they don't want Gentlemen's Club to get on a roll. As a bomb in right away, going for the medic was Ricky. Did not get Kozin, though. Took out Ruin, though, but that'll help a little. Maybe not as much as the med, as Stab comes in on Arthur.
Yeah,
so maybe
Kozin,
this is the first push they wanted.
Yeah, definitely much better results there. Max was pretty isolated. He didn't really get anything going on. Kozin took that big bomb, and he was kind of stuck in, and then he just lost a couple players and actually was just like, oh, God, I need to get out of here. Does escape, which is good, but also has a severe Uber disadvantage because he wasn't healing anybody. It's kind of one of those scenarios, though, that, Electric Temptations, they're not really going to push in with it, though. If it was a Kritzkrieg in this scenario, then maybe you'd be like, yeah, let's find them so we can get a big crits, kill them before they use their Uber charge. But they'll just let Gentlemen's Club build their charge up, and we'll see how they use it.
Absolutely, and so just kind of building now, but this Gentleman's Club team super aggressive. They forced the Uber. Cozen's got to kind of back out of there, and what picks are going to follow these Ubers?
Yeah, it was good pop by 404. The Uber has faded for red team, and they're still on the point though, or around the point. They haven't captured it yet. Seems like it might be an inevitability.
404 got stabbed by Akuma, and so Akuma continues to go big for Gentleman's Club, taking out the medic. And we got 3 players left up for Electric Temptations as the recap goes down, and that's Gentleman Club's first of this round. And so again, they're looking for a little more maybe of a forward hold. They're, Ruins trying to push up maybe a little bit. The Spy's getting in behind now as well. Akuma is going to lurk around and wonder if Akuma can pick something out.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Spy in behind for Gentleman's Club and just kind of living behind. Going to go for another stab. Picked out 404 just about 30 seconds ago. Might get 404 again.
Max is good reeling off some frags as well.
Akuma got 404 right as the Uber was popped, and so that is not going to help Electric Temptations recap this.
No, Gentleman's Club looking to leapfrog that time, and probably will. Electric Temptations needs to get their players together, but spawns coming up for Gentleman's Club. Should be able to get in a position to defend. Definitely a little bit of a local number superiority for Electric Temptations, and they're trying to capitalize on it. Demo Man on the point with the heavy weapons guy, so they got good players there. FaZe takes out Akuma as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to make them feel a little bit more comfortable.
But on the other side, the sniper Max, who has 23 points, and we've only been here for about 6 minutes, which is unreal. FaZe pretty smart, and FaZe knows that Akuma's a great spy, so FaZe is actually running the Razorback so that protect against the backstabs. But right now, this point belongs to the Electric Temptations, for now anyway.
Yeah, it's not looking like they're going to be able to hold on to it too long. They do have an Uber charge coming out here. Red is just going to be able to counter on the point, though, so this Uber Heavy is not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. Valen even keeps his Wrangler up the whole time, so really not accomplishing much. 404 gets gunned down by Enigma.
My goodness, and 404 has had a terrible time trying to stay alive, and so not what Electric Temptations wants, and so, again, just sort of this is a semi-conservative hold. Here comes Ricky, though, going for the medic and not going to do it. I've got to hand it to Ricky that he's been doing a fantastic job bombing in at the right times, but just has not been able to pick out Cozen the way that he wants to.
And Max also just continuing to be pretty insane. I mean, Cozen has a very large amount of points due to 404 being taken down several times. So Cozen still has a lead over Max, which is good, but Max, I mean, he's got a 9-point lead on the next player on his team, and he's got a 19-point lead on 38 special. So he's getting a lot of points. Obviously some headshots, but a lot of frags.
Wow. And some of the pick classes for Electric Temptations just tried to jump in on that combo, and they went down. It was the Soldier, the Scout, a bunch more. And just continuing this dominant hold here is Gentleman's Club, who are certainly rolling along pretty well. They have a bit of momentum, certainly, but they're at a huge Uber disadvantage now. And I've got to think that Cozen knows that.
Yeah, definitely. 404 is well aware of it. I mean, he survived, he escaped. Red team had to use the Uber. So blue team's got to get out of here. They got to make something happen with it. They're being a little slow and cautious with it right now, which is good. You know, you can't be too much like, oh, we got an Uber, we got to use it. But
he did just get dropped one.
Yeah.
That's a dropped Uber, and my goodness. So hand that one to Akuma, who just continues to kind of silently do work. I guess that's what you want to do as spy. You don't want to be loud, right? Wear your quiet shoes. Wear your slippers.
They don't. You want them to remember you when the frags go down. They don't want you to no. Don't think about me. Don't think about me. And then oh yeah, I just made your medic drop Uber.
So certainly with Uber now, Gentleman's Club looking real good to take this round. Although Spy and Pyro are in. This is what we're talking about. It can get chaotic near the end of the round here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to get chaotic. But I mean, even for Red Team, almost would have been a good option there to even just concede that last bit of point to get the capture done with, so you could retake it. The capture is still ongoing. It takes a while to drain.
Overtime, but my goodness.
I think it will eventually go down here, though. The Soldier's trying to jump in, but it's not going to be enough. And another pretty solid round for Gentleman's Club. Electric Temptations got a few more seconds off the clock that time. Actually got about halfway there, but we're still running miniguns on both sides.
I think that eXtine, what I'm seeing is just sort of across the board, a lot of the classes on Electric Temptations are having a hard time getting going. Evil, the engineer's having a hard time. Decimate, Decimate's an invite level scout, and he hasn't been able to really get it going very well. Ricky's been trying, just a lot of classes being shut down, and they need to find it pretty soon because we only played at 4 points on these Koth maps and already down 2-0.
Yeah, I think one thing is Max has gotten a lot of snipes on 38 special. It really hampers your damage output and your offensive capabilities, and they just they kind of had a tough time, man.
4-4 down again, and guess who it was?
Oh,
Mr. Maxwell Sniper with a big continuing the kill streak, taking out 404, and you've got to think if 404 stays alive a little more, we might be looking at a bit more of an even match here.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to point out. You know, even just that last round, I mean, the first round obviously was very devastating. Akuma got several frags on 404. But that last round, if 404 didn't drop that Uber, they could have come in and captured the point and even the clock up. But instead, you know, the clock just kept ticking down in Gentleman's Club favor, and it just turned into an easy end of the round for him.
Yeah, Electric Temptations, so they have ticked down about 40 seconds off of this clock, although the cap now going to go down to Gentleman's Club. Be interesting to see here how this plays out because 404 has actually just said forget it and switched over to Crit's Krieg. So there is a crit watch underway on this coal plant map, and we'll see can they get this crit and use it to you know, positive effect.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision. I mean, you never want to kind of react too soon in terms of some of these things. The first round was pretty devastating because you don't want to be like, well, that didn't work, let's just completely change our strategy. They stuck with the medigun for a little bit, but now they've decided to switch it up. It's definitely been the medigun, or sorry, the crits has definitely been spotted, and right now 404 is getting chased down, whips out the Uber saw to try to protect himself. Cannot. Man.
So 404, crits not found. Another death. A fantastic pick there by the scout, and so ticking time down away. Although we have a little recap going down for Electric Temptations, maybe. No.
Yeah.
Kill them all, going down to a big old headshot, not by the sniper, but by Akuma, using that ambi.
Yeah, members of the Gentleman Club numbering too many, so they were able to just kind of continue to hold on to this point. Again, 404 goes down to Grape this time, and that's just, you know, one thing you definitely don't want to see in Highlander is that the only player dead on your team is the medic. You know, that means that maybe somebody could have jumped in the way of that rocket, you know, maybe you could have stopped that bomber. You know, something, but if you just, I mean, it pretty much neuters your whole team if you don't have a medic. If you've already gotten some frags, maybe you can do it, but if your medic is down and, you know, they have a full team getting heals, it's really tough to make something happen.
Yeah,
Here
Uber's
comes
in
an
again.
Uber
This
from
might
Red
be another
as
death. Yeah.
Electric Temptations did get some frags, but 404 down one more time.
And so staying alive is Kozin, which means that there's a very good chance that he might get his Uber, although he's, oh no, Kozin goes down. Nice pick there by Decimate. And so Decimate, as we said, very skilled scout and maybe starting to turn it on a little bit. Sticking with the Crit's Krieg is 404, though. Still healing now.
I think that's a fair call here, especially considering that they just took down the medic. They'll have the charge nice and early, can hopefully use it to get Kozin or find him, kill him some way. Looks like maybe Surfboard Lagoon was trying to mess with him. And they definitely need to keep 404 up.
They own the point right now, which is great for Electric Temptations. I've got to hand it to Akuma. I'd like to see where Akuma stands for headshots among the two snipers, because had a lot of ambassador headshots so far, and we only been here for, I don't know, 10 or so minutes. But a good hold here now as about to get crits. Crits watch popped. Are they going to get the medic? Probably not.
Yeah, they get Ruin, which is good.
Oh, man.
And,
Max got taken out as well. I mean, that's a big pick. Even though he's just a sniper, you can't say Max is just a sniper. We've seen what he's been doing so far.
Yeah, definitely, you know, crits in Highlander, you just want to get some good frags, and that was a pretty successful crits. Obviously, you're going to have to watch out for this Uber charge here.
Yeah, here it comes.
You know, it's pop now. How much can they accomplish with it? Enigma getting in. He's getting a lot of that Uber charge. Which is smart, you know, just get him to close that distance, and that's what they needed to do. He did get 38 special.
And that's good picks, because 404 actually stays up, and 404 is at 80% now. As long as 404 can stay up, hopefully for Electric Temptations, although right now not healing anybody.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a retake scenario, as he lost too many combat classes. If he still had his demo or his heavy weapons guy, They probably could have stayed in there, kept dishing out heals, and could have been in a good spot. Right now, Akuma actually in a good spot, lurking around. I believe Cloak and Dagger coming up behind the heavy weapons guy. Oh, I think just spotted though. Akuma gets a little bit of damage. The crits is out.
Max taken out again, and that's the second crits in a row that's taken Max out. But I think they want the medic as 404 goes down actually, and we've got full Uber on Gentleman's Club side.
Yeah, the loss of the heals there is definitely going to be a big deal. Akuma comes in, gets 38 special, and the heavy weapons guy with a swipe.
Wow. And we have a switch back to regular Uber on the side of 404, but it's probably not going to make a difference as this round is going to be over very soon one way or another. Right now, Gentleman's Club taking it away, and this round might go to them. Electric Temptations getting out there.
Yeah, they are on the point, are going to force some overtime. Nice snipe by FaZe to get Kozin.
ET doing, that's great by FaZe, and somebody mentioned in chat, once FaZe gets going, he just rolls along pretty well, and I think he's finding it a little bit.
Yeah, he's starting to get comfortable.
Picked out
Wow.
Settling down big time, yeah.
Yeah, picking up Ruin there, a very nice kill as well. Unfortunately, just Decimate and Satan here. Satan's going to have to use all of his evil powers to hold on to the point here.
They've got to block this. They can still revert this point, but I don't know. This might be too many players for ET to counter.
What's definitely been, I think that, it looks like Gentleman's Club got this.
Oh, Ricky's
lock.
My goodness. To jump in at the last moment, but we're looking at 3-0, and that is half-time, eXtine.
Well fought by Electric Temptations there. I mean, they made it a lot closer, but that's really what they needed in round 1. Not in round 3. They needed that at the beginning of this game, but it's been difficult for them to get things going. One thing that I would like to point out that definitely has been very difficult for him, besides just Max tearing everybody up, Valen's putting a mini sentry on the opposite side of the door from the point, and it's got just enough range that if players are standing on the point trying to capture, as that door opens up, that mini sentry is able to hit them. And it's just very well positioned. The door keeps shutting. They can't really spam damage in there. But whenever somebody's coming in and out of that door, it's creating cover for them, and it's extremely helpful. Deer actually too, early in the game I noticed he was on Cloak and Dagger, and his whole purpose was opening that door. He was Cloak and Dagger right by the door, he held the door open, and then FaZe was able to shoot the gun down. But I mean, that's your spy, Akuma on the other hand, he's not holding doors open, he's getting backstabs on the medic and dropping Ubers. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I want to talk a bit about the heavies as well. Both heavies have been playing well, but I want to give the edge sort of to Arthur a little bit, who's tagged up as Bonus Ham. Just such a big damage dealer on this map, and I think both of these guys are smart and they know their positioning well, but I've seen Arthur doing a little more as heavy. The other thing I wanted to mention too is the soldiers are playing great. Ricky and Grape are two of the most skilled soldiers that I know of anyhow, and maybe not a great start for them, but they're figuring it out, and they are getting in their groove as well. I think everyone's in their groove. We'll see how this second half plays out.
Yeah, we are live with this, and the Electric Temptations got to start finding some frags here and get this round together. Otherwise, this is going to be the last of this match tonight.
Yeah, we do go to 4 points in UGC on these Koth maps, and so be aware of that, gang, but the point is open now, and there are a lot of players down on each side, actually. 4 down apiece, including both medics.
Yeah, 404 getting sniped by Max once again, and you just got to keep that head down. He's just been dropping way too much throughout this game, whether it's Akuma or Max. He's been having a lot of problems staying up.
Nice organized push here coming out now from the ET team, and they get the first cap of the round, and they're going to split off, I guess, in their little teams now. A little bit of action underneath. We have the heavy underneath and a pyro underneath. Haven't seen that under being used too much, though.
Kip was kind enough to link some stats real quick, and just amazing the number of medic picks across the team on Gentleman's Club versus what those stats are for Electric Temptations, who in the first half only managed to kill Kozin twice.
Wow. And that's obviously not the number you want to see there, absolutely. But, we see a lot of very close class matchups, but obviously without heals, I mean, what can you do without your heals?
And Kozin did get taken out by Decimate, but Blue have lost their frags in the meantime. 404, their own medic was down, just continually chipping away at their health, and now they've conceded the point back over to Gentlemen's Club. So they did get about a minute taken off, but now it's not in the right hands from their perspective.
Kozin had 2 frags in the first half. I don't know what that's all about, but good for him. This point right now does belong to Team Red, and that is the Gentlemen's Club. Like we mentioned, if this round goes to them, that's it. So certainly ET wants to get something going, but they're at a disadvantage on Uber right now. Max is down though, so that's a good thing. There's no Max. You don't have to cover your head anymore. You can just you can walk right out there for the next few moments anyway.
Wow. Also taking out Ruin is great as well. Decimate was trying to close in on Akuma, who was cloaked. He kind of had him body blocked in, but couldn't get the kill. And then Max actually came in with a snipe to help Akuma out. So Decimate will be back up. Blue team Electric Temptations are in control of the point, but Max sniping down the engineer. Some other players messing around towards the point. Pudding Cup does go down. Ruin starting to kind of edge out here.
Kozin went down! Kozin went down to a backstab from Deer, and that's a dropped Uber. And that is not the kind of outcome that these GC fans in chat are going to want. And right now we've got, he's looking for a follow-up standing right behind Max and gets Max too. So Deer going pretty big, getting some important picks. You know, I'll take Medic and then Max. I'd say those are my 2 top picks I'd want.
Yeah.
So that kind of opens it up for ET now here a little bit, although there are a lot of players down, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, as quickly as it's swung one way, it's swung back the other. Gentlemen's Club looking to retake here. A bit of a strong defense, though. The Blue Engineer getting some frags with that mini sentry, and again, just kind of keeping things in check. The point still counting down for Electric Temptations. Gentlemen's Club had a really good advantage, but they just weren't able to actually get players on the point.
eXtine Ricky's been going off in this round. He's at the top of the scoreboard for his team, the Soldier on Blue, and Satan actually as well, who's playing Pyro. They are both having great rounds so far, as they have a couple Uber saws on the Spy there. 404 doing a little bit of damage. But this point still, we're looking at 25 seconds away from ET picking up their first round.
And I hope they can, draw a couple back here. It'd be good to see this match a little bit closer than just a 4-0, but, it's not quite over yet. I'm sure that Gentlemen's Club are going to do everything they can to get back on this point and take it down.
The fight's going to break down here. We have Uber popped here on the blue side, and that might be the round they wanted. There you go. ET takes one back.
Yeah, that was a good round. It was much better. Able to hold on to things, and even when they had a little bit of adversity, they were able to, do well, get the frags, and make it happen.
So, yeah, certainly this one, maybe a bit of momentum coming back to the side of ET, and we'll see how they follow it up here on this first encounter, as in comes Ricky right away. Ricky going for a pick. Oh, wow, he was going for the medic and didn't pull it off. He did take out, Ruin and Enigma are down already on the side of GC.
Yeah. Server seems maybe a little bit laggy from my perspective. I know that players were having issues before, but they are continuing to just battle through it. Kozin has gotten a large Uber charge advantage here. 404 not able to charge for certain times here. He's actually having to run away by himself. Nobody's chasing him, so he is going to be safe. But Gentlemen's Club going to take the point here. Kozin with a full Uber charge as well, so they're feeling pretty comfortable here. Enigma fairly far forward. Jumping around, kind of getting isolated out, but it does skirt out of there.
I'm really surprised, actually, that ET didn't make more of a push to cap that first point. They had a couple people out there and were looking at it, and they didn't quite do anything, as we have a pan kill by Max on Deer. My goodness.
Nice.
But I'm a little surprised. Do you think that ET, do you think they're playing scared a little bit? I mean, I think that they turned it on and they have that aggression, but I was kind of surprised to see that they're holding back so conservatively when there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, you got to be careful with this sort of thing. Right now, 404 doesn't drop, which is good. Does take some damage before his Uber charge comes out. And Blue now, Uber has faded. They are starting to control. Cloak Spy runs into Cloak Spy, so they know that Akuma is around. They haven't found him quite yet, but they do. Decimate able to pick him out.
There you go. Spy versus Spy. Remember that in Mad Magazine, the old NES game?
Yeah.
Revealing my age, outing myself as being an old man. We're trying to get the first cap here for ET of the round, and it looks like they're just going to kind of bully it as 38 Special just kind of fakes it out here onto the point. A lot of work being done by Valen, though, the engineer with that Mini, which is still up, and my goodness, he's been having a great game all around, Valen has.
Yeah,
there's a drop, though, on Kozin. Deer picks Kozin out again, and Deer has been a med pick machine so far, the blue spy here.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of revenge there from Deer. Rune going down as he was aggressively jumping in towards the medic, but 404 does have the charge. Also backs up enough to get the health back just to make sure that he's not pressured into using it too early.
Man, and Max picks out FaZe there. I think that Deer tagged up his Surfboard Lagoon. He should rename his knife the Equalizer, because I think that that's what he has just done here for his team ET. Picking a charged medic, I mean, time's going to continue to tick down on this clock here. That's great news for ET.
Yeah, it's certainly going to help them on this round, but they're still going to have to pull a couple more rounds back, even if they win this one. And we'll see, though, as FaZe takes out Enigma. Max also down as well to Deer. Deer's looking to get a stab on Valen. That'll take care of that mini sentry.
Wow, yep.
A lot of players down here for Gentlemen's Club.
Deer going ham himself. Maybe he should tag up his ham, but it'll be very important how the rest of this round plays out, because the times are pretty even. But this one still belongs to ET right now, who have 4 players up and might want to back it up a little bit. Back the train up, gang.
Yeah, they're getting pretty aggressive with just their heavy weapons and their pyro guy here on the point. I think Gentlemen's Club has kind of realized that a little bit more. They also have an uber-charge advantage here, so 404 can't really stand toe-to-toe with them.
I think they want to pop this right away. Kozin's dying to use it because Kozin has already dropped 2 and doesn't want to lose another one.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think any medic loves to drop an Uber.
A stick came in over the wall there and took Valen out, so you see that demo spam over the roof can be kind of harmful when teams hold on this left.
The control point is being contested.
FaZe picked out Max, and that's a big deal as well, so having Max down is good news for ET as we have this exchange here.
Yeah, not too many players up for Gentlemen's Club. ET really needs to get out on the point. They do now.
We're going to stack, yeah.
Yeah, not too many players up. Just Akuma and Valen for the Gentlemen's Club. Valen also going to get picked out by Decimate. He's very far forward, but has the time to get healthy and retreat.
What's going
a strong
on here?
forward hold over here by Electric Temptations. Look how far up they are.
Is this the comeback that we're seeing right here?
It's the start of one, that's for sure. I like this.
50 seconds left to go.
I like this forward aggressive hold. It's something different. It's something that Gentlemen's Club hasn't seen yet this match. Reggie Ledoux does go down, Decimate down as well, so they've got to be a little bit careful. They're going to back up, but they did make Gentlemen's Club kind of commit and, I don't know, have to work for it. Pressure coming in. Kozin got down to 24. Ricky got good splash damage on him. Wasn't able to get the kill, but Kozin can't really wait here for a health back.
Ruin went down for GC, and that's a lot of their firepower, eXtine.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure. Oh, actually, 38 Special backed up. I think that if he would have kept in there, could have gotten kill on Kozin, and some of these other players extremely damaged as well.
We got Red Uber.
Yeah, now they're ready to go. They're ready to come out here. 38 Special could have maybe closed the deal if he just kind of kept pressuring in. Gentlemen's Club got some time to work with here. Oh, God, the Uber was kind of stopping him from getting actual people on the point.
Oh, lots down from ET, and we're going to have a recap here.
Yeah, ET's going to have a minute and 11 here.
But a lot hurt for GC, and they got to get their heals out. Kozin's luckily fully healed, and he's got to do some work. And I think FaZe, if he can get a key headshot here, that might be big. And he gets Max. That's a good one. I'll take that.
He does have Akuma behind him, but Akuma is going to get spotted out by the blue engineer. So that keeps FaZe fairly comfortable as he's rotating. Heavy trying to come on to the point as the soldiers coming around as well, trying to spam out Kozin. And Deer once again in a good position to potentially take a stab at the medic.
And this is overtime. If we get a recap here from ET, they're going to take this round, which will be their second in a row. But let's see how this plays out here. As the Heavy's putting out a lot of damage, that's kill 'em all. This might be the cap, although Max is up again.
I think this...
And Max picked out the aforementioned kill 'em all. But there you go. ET takes a second in a row. We've got 3-2 eXtine.
Yeah. Big stab there by Deer. I was calling his positioning. I liked his positioning. Came up from right behind Kozin. Didn't see him coming in. Took him out. And that really kind of, helped them maintain their advantage in that fight.
I've seen two key shifts that have happened since the first couple of rounds that have made a big difference, and those are FaZe has turned it on a lot more, getting a lot of headshots, and 404 is dying a lot less, which has worked well for ET, and I think that's really helped swing this one back where we are now at 3-2.
Yeah, definitely. Just as we say that, though, Akuma does get a stab on 404. Yep. Kozin is down as well, though, so it's not as big of a deal. If they just lose 404, it's terrible. But if Kozin's down at the same time, then you know, they won the fight, so it's no biggie.
I mean, I think GC is going to call that first encounter a bad dream because they lost all but 2 of their players and going to have a bit of a repush now as they got to get it back together. But it was lucky the 404 went down because the Ubers are going to be equal.
And 38 Special on the point kind of takes out Valen's first sentry gun, but he's just going to put another one up with that Wrangler.
Jump in here from Ruin, super aggressive, is making a play for the med maybe. Doesn't get anything, though, unfortunately, and 404 stays up. I think we're going to see GC really bomb in on 404 a lot, and they sent Grape, who got promptly blown, his head was blown off.
Yeah, that was
really
a huge
disgusting
shot by Fizz.
Yeah.
All right, just kind of turned around, just kind of capped him off right point blank. And 404 doing a great job right now. They're holding on to this point. They're past the first minute, and they're going to have an Uber charge ready to go here shortly as well.
Satan continues to go huge. The Pyro on ET, and I think that's been a big difference as well. The Satan has turned it on. He's been doing real well.
Deer just came in and killed Kozin again.
No.
So Deer doing fantastic work. Got a great shot of that, and him just kind of lurking around with that cloak and dagger. Although, as we say that, Akuma...
4 drops one. That's a huge stab. My goodness. I think both teams now just going straight for the medics, and that's maybe the best strategy, although ET have ticked a minute and a half off of this clock here, lickety-split.
Satan goes down underneath as Arthur kind of rotates over.
The control point is being captured.
Max picks out 38 Special, and this continues to be a huge sniper battle.
Looks
like
they
have the first cap of the round here for GC.
That is a good time taken off the clock, though, by Electric Temptations. That's kind of what it's about, you know. You have to expect and cost that at some point you're going to turn the point back over. You know, it's just going to happen. It's just kind of natural. You just need to get as much time every instance that you hold the point. You need to get as much time as possible out of it.
I think the next big thing that has to happen if you're an ET fan is you got to send a pick class in and go for the medic. There is a big advantage right now. They're about to get Uber. If you can cause a drop, that would be the ideal thing, obviously. We got the heavy going down for ET now. That's Kill 'Em All, tagged up as Reggie Ledoux. FaZe going down too, and so that's a lot of firepower with that big old sniper rifle down for ET.
Deer's just starting to get behind here, but I think he's been spotted out. Doesn't have any dead ringer left, so Deer's going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Definitely going to hamper the capabilities of getting a pick.
And so now GC are poised to take a lot of time off of this with a pretty dominant hold, although 404 about to get Uber.
Yeah, a flip side, though, discussing the spies and pick classes, Akuma was lurking around. He did get spotted and chased out. 38 Special trying to follow with his sticky launcher. Akuma's going to head back in towards blue as they pop their Uber.
Blue Uber, yeah. They got a lot of ground to cover. They were about to go underneath, and it was forced. See if they can cap off of this. Max is down, so people can stand around without getting their heads blown up, which is good. And FaZe is going to come in forward, see if he can pick something out. And so now, maybe a bit of a hold that ET is looking for. The Ubers are still very equal eXtine.
Yeah, definitely. That will come into play once again. You know, medic picks are just huge. If one team can get a medic pick here, that really will have an immense impact on how this round wraps up. And there we go, 38 Special with a pipe over the top.
On Kozin, man, oh man, and that spam, I don't know, but wow, a big headshot on Max, and then Akuma actually getting a stab on Evil. So a lot of this pick class is just continuing to shine in this coal plant map. And just getting scrappy here now.
Yeah. Akuma right in the face of 404, gets a swipe off. 404 damaged a little bit, 99%, while at 45 health. So cutting it a little bit close there. Also Enigma right here, wow. It certainly takes a little bit of gumption to be holding onto an Uber when you only have 60 health and Enigma is jumping around you.
Waiting. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Grapes in behind the lines. Goes for the medic. Is he going to pick him out? No, 4-4 stays up there. We're getting a bit of a recap attempt here, and the fight's gonna break down here as everyone throws themselves at the point.
Yeah, 404 tries to keep the heavy alive, crosses over. It looks like nobody's gonna be able to touch the point.
Third round.
Wow.
eXtine, it's 3-3, and we've got a decider here as both teams have 3 points, and we go to 4. This is about the best outcome that we could have expected.
Yeah, pretty amazing. We were talking about the Tumblr versus Reddit West show match that Getawhale and Kep casted yesterday, and they decided to do a little bit of an odd format of a best of one on Koth Coal Plant. But, well, that's exactly what we're down to here today.
That's how they do it, I guess. That's the platinum way to do it. And we'll be seeing one more round, whoever takes it. And my goodness, you've got to think that the ET team has a lot of momentum given that they've just won 3 in a row, don't you? Mm-hmm.
I agree. The momentum is huge. They've kind of fixed the problems, and that's why our momentum in TF2 is just so tough. You know, that you're doing well, you're doing things right, and the other team adjusts, and then you start questioning yourself, and you start losing the confidence and the aggressiveness that you were playing with, and it takes you out of your game, and all of a sudden you're just letting them set the tempo, and you can't really do that. You have to take ownership and responsibility of what's going on in the game. You have to have an impact. And there's definitely some players for Gentlemen's Club that have been doing that, but all of a sudden, as a team, it's not quite coming together.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a really smart move here by Gentlemen's Club, I would guess that they are deciding to take a bit of time here and just kind of calm themselves down. You can see that the players on ET want them to ready up, but I think GC, they want to slow down that momentum and maybe, you know, take 5 minutes to just kind of breathe, calm down, and just, you know, kind of regain their confidence. That might be what's going down here. Or maybe it's not it at all, but certainly that's one kind of tactic they can use. But interesting to see here, are we going to see any kind of crits? Right now, Kozin has crits going out. I don't know if that's just kind of a misdirection play or what.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, and definitely, I mean, if you switch to Crits Krieg and you're building it pregame, it kind of shows things off. Is back on Metagun, though, so maybe that was just a little bit of weirdness, or actually an end of the round type of switch we just didn't catch because they were so far in the hole. Definitely, I mean, a switch up would be good. Gentlemen's Club, we haven't seen them run crits yet. I think now, you know, now they're in the opposite spot where they got to protect Kozin. They got to watch out for Deer on Spy. And also, you know, make sure that, you know, FaZe isn't getting the ability to run too rampant. You know, if he kills Max, then somebody's got to kill FaZe. It's almost how it goes with Sniper and Highlander. If your sniper's down, either somebody else has to, you know, be aggressive and take out that sniper, or you just need to keep your head down. Looks like we do have maybe plugins were unloaded, now reloaded. So one of the teams is ready to go. Maybe the other team realized, no, not quite yet. Max Joke says, tricked you, but it looks like indeed we are probably going live here.
I wouldn't want to be a medic in this match, eXtine, because if you're watching the movement of the medics, they're as they're getting ready for pushes, they're jumping around and jerking around because they know that the spies and the snipers are just playing so well. We'll see how this first encounter goes down.
Yeah, definitely. It's sure to be a tense round, and whatever team captures the middle in the beginning, the initial fight, definitely starts off with a good advantage, but it's not necessarily the decider.
Wow, Deer is down right away, as well as Decimate and Evil on the side of ET.
I've gotten a couple frags, though, on Gentlemen's Club. 404 does see Akuma, takes a big headshot from him down to about 60 health. See if he can get the pack here. Some people have left it for him. Yep, he's back to healthy. 90% for Kozin, and 404 just a little bit behind.
Pretty equal encounter here so far. No cap has gone down, and both teams have Uber. No drops or anything crazy like that yet. And Max is down, which is great for Electric Temptations. And Red Uber popped maybe not as soon, a little sooner than they would have wanted. And they're going to back out. I think they're panicking as down goes Arthur.
Wow, now they're getting cleared out. Gentlemen's Club started off that capture, but at the moment it looks like Electric Temptations are going to be able to take this initial cap no problem.
They revert it, and they've got 5 on point right now, so it does look good for them taking the first cap, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. We've seen a lot of back and forth through this match this evening. A lot down right now. We got Grape, Max, Valen, and Enigma just getting their respawns from the GC team as they're going to try to get another pushback together. They want to take, I think they want to play a lot more aggressively, this GC team, eXtine. I think that's what they need to do.
Yeah. And they were able to, well, I don't know, Kozin actually at that last exchange, he escaped, he had a higher Uber charge, but 404 was charging it faster. Things are even now. Kozin's got to find players to heal, and he's getting chipped away from above.
Yeah.
Down to 35 health, and he picks up the sandwich, which is really good. 35 is one of those, like, if somebody just, like, looks your direction, you just right-click by instinct. Now might be forced to kind of Uber as well, as they're getting pressured out.
Yep.
This wouldn't really be the best Uber situation.
Nope. And it's fantastic work actually by Valen kind of pushing the issue, and also from Arthur, who's got that big overheal. And
Kozin was 19 health away from dropping to an engineer on the roof. He's got to pop now.
Give credit there to Evil. Evil, who has had maybe a bit of a slow start warming up here.
That was a huge play by Evil. It was followed up by a bomb by Ricky, and now Kozin untroubled. Oh, there we go, taken down by a sticky, and he basically, I mean, that Uber was completely worthless for Red Team. He was so far back when he popped it. Right now, Ruin doing some work, trying to keep things alive for Gentleman's Club.
Wow.
But Electric Temptations are doing fantastic this round.
Half of the round is over. They've ticked a minute and a half off the clock, and now we've got to switch to crits. Red's going crits. GC is putting balls to the wall, and that's going to be it. Hopefully they can get it and equalize this match a little bit. It's going to all be on Kozin and who he gives it to.
Yeah, Gentleman's Club needed to do this. I think this is a good call. Unfortunately, they're being kind of slow to build it. Kozin wasn't really healing anybody. Oh, that Uber Saw is going to help, though, as long as he stays alive, down to 66 health.
Wow, staying alive real well. That's a big thing here, but we're going to have Uber on blue now, and so they really want to pick that GC team.
Even with that Uber charge, though, Kozin not finding anybody to build with. We have an Uber charge up for 404. So, I mean, he can crits max in a few seconds here, but he needs some players with him, and they need to get some frags. And the fact that blue team has that Uber charge is going to make things really difficult. I'm sure they know the crits is here, and we got to keep our eyes on Ruin right now, as he's going to be heading out here with this crits for sure here in just a second.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh
my God!
Oh, did they get 404?
Yeah, right at his feet.
Drops the Uber on that crits, a perfect crits. And are we going to have a retake from GC here?
Wow.
They want to stack that point if they can. First cap of the round, and about as good of a crits as you could write.
Yeah,
just
that was
unbelievable.
A pretty amazing sticky from Ruin, because also, you know, one of the things that instinctually as a demo man, you know, with stickies, you want to make sure that you get the distance. You fire it high, and instead Ruin just had it charged up quite a bit, and it just fired it right at the feet at 404. Unfortunately, Kozin's down, Ruin's down. We got a retake underway. Only a few players left up here. Grape is just trying to get involved in this, but the point is over. 5 seconds.
3 players up for GC.
Oh, Grape with a good assault from behind, but gets pushed off the point. He needs to stand on it.
Get on it.
Oh my God.
Now with 4 rounds in a row, the Electric Temptations team have pulled what I consider to be an upset.
Yeah. What an amazing game there. Electric Temptations all of a sudden are now the undefeated team in UGC Platinum.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I'm kind of, my words are getting muddled because that was just amazing from Electric Temptations.
Who would have seen that coming after GC comes out and goes up 3-0? Who would have expected that after half we would come back and it would be all ET just completely? I'm shocked. That was just a fantastic performance by the entire Electric Temptations team. I got to give credit for that last second crits there at the end, but my goodness. It was Ricky who actually came in after that and took out Kozin, which was a big deal.
Yeah. And I think that's really, it's got to be, I mean, a turning point in sense, but also just a perception thing and also a team confidence thing. But, you know, after this victory, Electric Temptations have just got to be feeling fantastic. And I think they really just, you know, solidified their place in this league, their chance for this season, and their hopes and dreams. I mean, we got big money on the line this season in UGC.
Yep.
And Electric Temptations, I mean, down 3 rounds to you know, a team that going into the season was, you know, very large favorites. Yeah, very large favorites. Going into this match, they were my favorites. I mean, they had Ruin, they have Enigma, they got so much talent on their team. But in this game too, I mean, just the adversity that Electric Temptations struggled with and overcame. I mean, that very first round, they got swept. They zero time on the clock, no capture. The second round, well, they took a minute off the clock. They did a little bit better. And then that third round, there was like 30 seconds on their clock by the end of it. And it was like, okay, you know, that's good progress. That's good progress. And they just kept, you know, whittling away at how much they were getting each round. And they just kept improving round after round. And so the fourth round, they win it. The fifth round, they win it even better. The sixth round, also a pretty comfortable win. And that last round, I mean, hard to argue with as well. The Kritzkrieg, I mean, you know, kind of a desperation play, but obviously the crits at the feet of 404 was excellent. And finally, by the end of the game, 404 goes down, and Electric Temptations wins anyways.
Yeah, I think a lot of Electric Temptations players proving that they deserve to be household names and that they belong among the top names in Highlander. GC, even though it is a super team, you know, technically speaking, we just had a hell of a match, and some people in Twitch chat are already calling out match of the season. And ET now, they move on to be undefeated. Man, oh man. I think given that match that we just saw, pretty good chance that we'll maybe Cole Plant will stay in this rotation. What a thrilling finish.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that marks the halfway point of the season, and Electric Temptations have managed to get through it undefeated. CP Process Final will be our map next week. It's going to be casted by Getawhale and Kip, as myself and Duder will be traveling back from the Fights Land. Obviously, we will be having to decide who we are covering after the schedule is released. Definitely kind of shakes things up, and we'll just have to see, man. Mind is still blown.
A little bit. I'm shaking a little bit. I need medical attention, I think. But that was a thriller, and you guys definitely will want to tune in next week and catch whatever match we have for you. The action heats up in Platinum, North America.
Yeah, without a doubt. And a quick reminder just before we sign off here that on Saturday we have a huge event coming your way. The Fights Land in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. 250 gamers getting together. We're going to have a 6v6 tournament as the crown jewel of the event. And man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going all out on the production. We'll have some player interviews. And it's just going to be a blast. So please come and join us for all of that fun. We're starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we will be back next week for another UGC Highlander broadcast. Very excited about that. It's been a great season so far. And it looks like, well, we still got a lot of games ahead of us. It's just going to continue to heat up. So thanks to Getawhale for joining me tonight. A huge thanks to for Cole running production as well. Getawhale, you got some shout-outs, though? Anything you want to throw out?
No shout-outs. I want to second your shout-out to Cold. Cold is the guy that does all the production and makes stuff look so good. And so shout-outs to him. He's a hell of a guy. Yeah, I don't know. That's just about it for me. I guess we'll see you guys next week.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We had a fantastic time. I hope you guys enjoyed the match as much as we did. I am eXtine. I will see you next time. Peace out.